Hi everyone! So in today's video, I thought I'd do a video that a few people requested, and I think Hi everyone! So today's video is going to be a video that a lot of people requested, and also I think a lot of people ask about. It's quite common in the comments that I get questions about this, so I thought I would just do a video to kind of sum it up and let you know how it happened for me and how it worked out. So this video is going to be about gap years. Gap year. So I took a gap year. I think most of you know that because I have said it in other videos and it's come up. But I think it's a really good thing to think about, and it's also good to start thinking about it now, maybe if it's an option for you. So in general, I'm going to just tell you a little bit of my story and what happened, and then I'm going to go on to sort of how you actually plan a gap year and what you have to do, because it is quite important to get it right. So personally, what happened with me was when I finished A-levels last year, I think, no, not last year, year before, I basically finished with BBAA, and it was a B in chemistry, a B in biology, A in Spanish, and A in English. And it was basically because, I don't know, I was kind of very lost in that period because I still had no idea what I wanted to do in terms of career-wise. I knew I wanted to do something with animals, and I wanted to do, but it was kind of I've always had a bit of a low self-esteem, and I kind of never thought I could actually get into vet, and a lot of the teachers kind of discouraged it sometimes, and they were it's very hard, be careful, and I think that's kind of generally the idea with medicine and vet. People are always oh gosh, it's really hard, so I think it puts a lot of people off from actually trying, which is what happened with me. So I didn't even think about applying. I was just I was kind of very distracted, so I didn't end up doing that well in my A-levels. I was just kind of, distracted the whole time. It was just not that great of an experience for me, A-levels, the last 2 years. So I wasn't happy with those grades, and I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go. I had applied for law just to apply for something, and that didn't go too well. I got into pretty much everything that I applied for, but I wasn't happy with that. I didn't think law was really the right thing for me. So then I ended up applying to psychology in Dublin because that's where my brother lives. I was oh, it would be nice to go there, but I got accepted, and I wasn't happy with it. I was no, I don't want to do psychology. So I didn't end up accepting any offers, and I was just without anything, left without anything at the end of the year. I was so scared. I was freaking out because my brother was doing dentistry, and he was in third year, and he was his life was pretty much set, even though he doesn't think that. That's a whole other thing, but I was just very panicky. I had no idea what I was doing. It was just not a good time in my life, basically. So I decided, I was thinking, and my brother helped me out as well, so it's nice to always have people to kind of give you advice. He was why don't you try and take a gap year or something and try and figure out what you want to do, and I was that's probably the best idea, because I had no idea what I was doing. And also a gap year, I kind of was one of those people that had never thought of taking a gap year. I'd heard some of my classmates say, I'm taking a gap year, and I was oh gosh, I don't want to do that. It's a last resort. But I was whatever, let's just be realistic, and let's be adult about this, and just think let's just do this. So I was okay, I'll do a gap year, and I kind of didn't really have an idea of what to do as well at the start, because I was kind of sad, and I had no idea what I was going to do. So I was kind of a bit lost, and I was staying in Dublin at the time with my brother, and I was thinking, oh, should I stay here? Should I go back home to Spain and do my gap year there? And I was very confused, disaster in my head at that point. But then I thought about it, and I was my mom lives there, it's easier, there's a car, it's easier. So I moved back home to Mallorca, and I just decided, okay, that's it, I need to get serious, I need to get this done. I'm taking a gap year for a reason, and talking to my brother again, he was like, okay, you've always wanted to do like something with animals, why don't you do like, try actually applying to vet and see if you can get in. And I didn't think I was going to get in at all. I was like, no way, but I really want to do this. Like, it's always something I'd wanted to do, but never thought I could. So I was like, okay, I'll try really hard. And I'll actually try. So that's what I set out to do. But he told me, it was like, if this is what you're going to do, just like stick to it. Just like put your mind into this and just focus on that. And don't think like, oh, is it right? Just do it. So that's what I did, kind of. I just decided to like go for it. And I started organizing my gap year. And what I did was, which I think was a good thing to do, was plan it from the start. Like, I decided that I was going to retake my chemistry and biology to try and get A's. And I contacted the universities to try and, that's what you have to do. You have to contact universities to see if like they will accept retakes, because some don't. Cambridge doesn't, and I think Edinburgh doesn't. For vet, some universities just don't, so I don't think it's personally fair, but whatever. That's another thing. So I contacted them. I said, okay, is this okay? Email, do that. Like, don't be scared to call. Like, you're an adult, just call people. Like, it's no big deal. They're really nice usually. So I called. I got a list of like universities that would accept them, and then I figured out exam like boards. Like, you need to, because you're going to do it on your own, so you don't have to do the ones you did at school, but I decided to do the ones that I'd done at school because I was already familiar with them, so it would have been easier. But if you weren't happy with those, you can always totally just like find a new exam board if you think another one's easier, if your friends have done it, whatever. It's all up to you. There's no teachers, there's no guidance. You can always sign up to like a college for doing a gap year, but I don't know, I wasn't gonna do that. I'm a very like hard-headed person. I was like, I'm doing it by myself. Yeah, probably not a good trait, but yeah, so I contacted like exam centers to make sure that I would be able to take those exams where I lived, because sometimes you will have to go somewhere else to take them. Make sure you've got the stuff actually figured out, like in terms of exams, because they will come up and like deadlines, you might not be able to sign up to take an exam if you're kind of late to it. So start early with that, and then you're gonna have to make a plan. Like, once you found your exam boards, look at the syllabus, look at the syllabus, and it'll say like it won't say the dates of exams, but it'll say like all the content that you need, and you need to like download that, print it, have it in front of you, and just like make a guideline according to that. I made like a planner, and it was a very basic one. It was basically per month, sort of a breakdown of the topics, just like 5 topics to cover each month until the end. So I would have kind of a guideline of how much I needed to get done, if I needed to speed things up or slow things down. Very simple, no like crazy, just a simple, just writing down the topics from the syllabus in each month. And then I just started doing that. I figured out the textbooks, look at sources like my videos, and just figure out what textbook works for you in terms of what it offers, and just buy them and then just start reading them and working through them like I've shown you in other of my videos how to study, and just keep that going. Make a schedule in terms of like every week how much you're going to study, how much you've decided to actually work. I did, I think at the start 6 hours a day, or like I think 5 hours a day with like an hour in between or something, just to keep it steady and like keep focused. Like, that's the main thing. Just like keep yourself like motivated. Like, think of that goal you have in your head. For me it was vet, and be ready. If it's something like vet and medicine, just be ready for interviews, be ready for that kind of thing. Again, my videos, I have some for that. Yeah, and just keep motivated, guys. Like, that's the main thing. Even in A-levels, that's what happened to me. That's why I didn't do well in A-levels, because I wasn't motivated, because I had no idea what I was doing. And also, don't be scared of gap years, guys. They're really great. I'm so happy I took one. Like, it was really the best one. It was super stressful, and it was crazy, and I cried a lot, and I was very stressed because I was trying to get into vet. But it was such a good experience. I was so happy that I did it, and it's the reason that I'm doing a course that I actually enjoy and that I actually like, instead of law or some other thing that would be like, what am I doing? You know, it's your course, it's your career eventually, and it's what you're gonna do. and not your life. That doesn't mean just because it's a course that you're doing, it'll determine what you do in your life. That's totally not true. Freedom to everyone. Whatever you do, it doesn't have to be defined by your course. But yeah, don't be like I was. Don't be scared of gap years. I know there's weird stigmas about like lazy or whatever. Just don't listen to other people. Like, be your own person. Just do whatever you think is right. And you'll succeed. Motivation is everything, guys. Motivation. That's all you need in life to do well. Success. Yeah, I hope this helps. I hope it gave you an idea about gap years and what they're all about. Sorry if it was a bit rambly, but I'm trying. It's early, I'm trying. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments, questions, anything below. And anything, I'll try and answer it as quickly as I can and like give you some answers the best I can. Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like my content or my videos or whatever. And yeah, bye.